you remember your first Lego set?
I'm not 100% sure it was my first Lego set, but it's the first I can remember. And that's a yellow airport that was released, I think, in the late 80s.
Yep.
Which I have very fond memories of playing with the luggage handling part.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like pushing the little suitcases through the little hole in the wall and out to the plane.
Okay, so not swooshing the plane, but
no, not swooshing the plane. The luggage thing.
Okay,
was
okay,
fun, yeah.
That's cool. Did you have a Dark Age?
I did, like most people, I guess.
Did it last long?
About 5 years, I think. It's pretty much the time I spent in university, and then 1 more year or something like that.
But then you found the joy for the brick again. What was it that brought you back to this as an adult?
I'm not sure I actually properly left to begin with, because I kept going to toy stores and checking out the Lego aisle, and like this was some forbidden fruit. Like this is like sneaking a peek at the Lego catalog and just like, I'm not supposed to be here. I hope nobody sees me. But then one day I spotted a Lego X-Wing set, and I went back to look at that several times before I caved in and bought it. And then it just kind of went downhill, I guess, from there.
I'm sure this sounds...
Or uphill, or whichever way.
This sounds very familiar to me. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. The Lego hobby is fascinating to me because it attracts so many different kinds of people. The collectors, the nerds, the hoarders, the creative builders. I believe you're probably a bit of all of those, but what is it that appeals to you the most about the hobby?
It's the challenge, actually, and the sense of the sense of achievement when I solve something that when I've built something and I'm really happy with the result. It just feels this sense of achievement of being able to solve a problem with the limited bricks. It's like science and creativeness mixed together. It's just perfect for me.
Yeah, so the satisfaction of looking at something when it's done and thinking this is what I wanted to do.
Yes, and this like I made this.
Yeah.
You know, and just achieving it was hard and working. Yes.
But it was worth it. Yeah, brilliant. Some AFOLs stay in their own country, maybe going to a local show, meeting with the local AFOLs, while others travel more and become part of the big international community that LEGO has grown into. You have quite an extensive international network of AFOL friends. What does this give you?
Lots of friends. I think I have more friends in the LEGO community that live outside of Norway than I have Norwegian friends. I don't know if that says anything about me or something. It's just I really love to get out there and see, like, meet all these really great people. Because in general, people that build with LEGO are just awesome people. So, and there's just a lot of them around the world. So I really like being able to meet people, not just in Norway.
Yeah. So when you go to these events, do you find that conversation at these events tend to revolve only around LEGO, or is there a lot of other stuff going on as well, and then that maybe bleeds into what you're building?
Obviously, we talk a lot about LEGO because we're all, crazy about the game. But of course, when you're together for many days, you want to talk about something else as well, right? And sometimes crazy ideas spark, yes, but I think most of my inspiration does not really come from that. But sometimes, stuff comes out of that.
Yeah. You seem to draw a lot of inspiration from pop culture, which is a relatively common thing among LEGO builders. Do you think this is because we are all essentially nerds?
You want me to sit here and call everybody a nerd?
Yes, yes, come on.
I'm going to call myself a nerd. I know I am, and I know there's a lot of. I think you have to be a nerd in some way. I mean, LEGO is a very nerdy hobby, obviously, but I don't think that's a bad thing either. So, and I think there's a lot of nerds in the community.
But what is it about pop culture that makes you sort of want to build in that direction?
I don't know. I've always been a fan of lots of gaming things, and I mean, I was much of a gamer before. Like, I don't really spend that much time gaming anymore, but it's something I used to do a lot. Like, especially, I'm a huge Mario fan, so that's
it shows in the hole.
That's my bills. Yeah. So I just enjoy that.
Yeah. This pop culture thing and the nerd thing, it certainly does seem to help create some sort of kind of resonance with other LEGO fans, and that resonance is undoubtedly what leads to somebody being blogged on the major LEGO blogs because somebody recognizes it. You have become somewhat of a Brothers Brick regular. I've counted at least 25 to 30 of your builds among the stuff that they have blogged over the past few years. Do you have any tips for people who desperately want to crack the blogging code?
I'm like, is it really that many?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
I didn't count.
No, I have.
Okay. Wow. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it does.
I think
Hence
actually,
the question.
Yeah, but I think once they kind of like once all the bloggers have found your stream, they kind of it's easier to see your stuff.
But how do you attract them?
I don't know. You need the visibility, right?
Yeah.
So posting to groups on Flickr obviously increases your visibility. But I think that the most important thing is just to build something that's really cool, something different than what everybody else does, and just present it in a nice way. I mean, the picture,
presentation, exactly.
Presentation is very important. The picture and just making it look clean and nice, and not just put your model in front of your messy desk.
You have probably to some extent, as a consequence of your builds being blogged a lot, you have a substantial following on Flickr. Not necessarily so much in the number of followers as in the number of likes on your pictures. Of your last 60 creations posted on Flickr, 50 has more than 100 likes, and most of the others are close. What kind of feedback do you generally feel that you get from Flickr, and do you really care about it?
I do care about it because it's the kind of thing where you see, like, if a lot of people like your stuff, it kind of gives you sort of a boost. Like, it feels good that you built something that other people can enjoy. And I know everybody's so focused on this 100 like things because I think it's just because for Flickr we used like the 99 plus. If you pass the 100, so it's like you get that plus.
Yes.
But it's not like a magical number or anything. But it kind of, if you reach 100, it feels like, okay, so this is actually something that I built, something that people enjoy watching, and that feels good. Yeah.
I think maybe it's just I have one picture that's 100 likes, so I'm oh wow, more than 100 likes.
Maybe you should build more.
Maybe I should. Touche. So, if I were to show you a picture of a Nexonite's shield, what would you say?
Is it a new color? Can I have it? I love the piece.
Yeah. You love it? Yeah.
Yeah. Still do.
Yeah. All right.
I've even bought more in different colors.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the reason I'm asking is that we had Tim Scholfenberg on the show yesterday. He was done Iron Builder twice. Won once, lost once, while you have only ever won. Bravo. And the Nexonite's shield was your seat part. How did you approach the challenge of integrating one particular part in every build for a month?
Well, I think the most important thing I did was to tidy up my Lego room. So that I actually had space to work on. But other than that, I think they started by just brainstorming. And I just maintained the list the entire month of ideas, continuously changing the list from when I had new ideas or I figured out that ideas weren't good for building or stuff like that. So it's just, I try to keep it a little structured, and like I try to build every day, and I think it was important that I decided what to build before going into the Lego room, that I didn't spend time just sitting there and scratching my head. When I went in there, I knew what I was going to build. It was already, I could just spend time most efficiently and just build. Yeah.
Okay. Did you at any point experience your ideas being stolen? Not stolen, but that's been used.
Yeah, there was one build where he kind of beat me to it, and I just like went. On this one.
Yeah. Okay. So now you say that you still love the part, but I guess this is quite draining. I suppose.
It was. Yeah.
At what point was there any point where you sort of started to feel sick of it?
Yeah, well, not the part itself, but the whole having to come up with something new every day or every other day is...
Be creative on command.
Yeah, I mean, your list of ideas, it was still long, but it was just like worse and worse ideas. Like, you keep doing all the ideas you prefer, and then you just, at the end, it's like, this is all the shitty ideas. I don't really want to build this. I mean, I can, but it's not going to be good. Now what do I do? And you still have like 2 weeks left. So yeah, that was a little bit challenging.
The fright of the fear of running out of ideas.
Yeah, or like ideas that actually works to build in a short amount of time and make it look good.
Was there any point where you were sure that you were going to be able to do something, and you start doing it and you realize that I can't get to work?
No, actually, everything I started to build, I finished it, and some of those I regret. I should have stopped and just went, this goes in the bin, and I'll just skip today. But I didn't. Stupid me.
And then eventually you did triumph over Chris Madison after having churned out 22 creations in 1 month, some of them quite substantial. This does mean that you can be challenged and will have to do it again at some point. You look forward to that?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I have to clean up my Lego room again.
Yeah, okay.
Not looking forward to that. No, yeah, it's been a while now, so I'm actually kind of starting to forget all the pain. So it's not, I'm not dreading it as much anymore. I think it's gonna be fun. So like, yeah.
And then again, you have the experience for the first time, so maybe you'll do something
yeah,
differently.
I learned a bit from the first time, so I might be more efficient or more streamlined. I don't know. I'll be less stupid. I'll actually bin ideas.
Yeah. I'll pop in a question that I haven't prepared you for. I'm sorry, but this is just. But I know that you've done a lot of collaborations, and sometimes even led the collaborations. What kind of challenges? We can imagine the challenges, but what kind of dedication does it take to lead a collaboration? And I know it's like herding cats, probably, but what does it eventually give you in the end? How rewarding is it when it goes together?
When you actually see the result and it comes together and it actually looks cohesive and it's just like, wow, I was not only a part of this, I helped drive this and actually make it happen. That feels really good. I mean, it's like you can see the achievement and everybody's happy because it's like it works. It's not just we didn't just plonk stuff together. It actually looks like it was built as one unit.
Is it more satisfaction because it's a collaborative effort?
It's a different kind of satisfaction. It's really different because it gets that sense of togetherness, like you feel together as a group.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling.
Yeah, like a community thing.
Yeah.
You've only posted one picture on Flickr this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Build more.
Yes. Yeah. That we all have downtime. When you don't build for a while, whatever the reason might be, do you find that you sort of build up creative energy?
I find it sounds like it's some weird buzzword, like something some executive would say. Do you have creative energy today?
Yeah. Okay. But the stock of ideas or whatever you like.
Yeah. What kind of happens, I guess, is when you have a little bit of a break, is that it just once I start building again, it just I don't know. It flows better in a way. It's like if I've been working for a long time on a project, at the end it's like. To finish this.
Can't be bothered.
But then you had a break. It's like woohoo, I'm building again. So it's the mood changes. Yeah.
Final question for you, Cecilia. Of everything that you built so far, what's your most satisfying achievement?
My most satisfying achievement.
What are you most proud of?
I'm gonna go with the Goomba that I built during Iron Builder because it's one of those things where I didn't actually think I could pull it off. And then I did. And
in a month of pressure.
In a month of pressure, yes, but it also was kind of thing where I had this idea for many days during the whole month, and I was like, nah, will I be able to do this? I don't know. But then I had a little bit of spare time. I had finished one creation a little early. I was like, I'm gonna just try to do the outline and just see if it works. And it's just like, I think I can do this. And then I just said, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do this and finish it. And it worked, and I just like the results so much that I think this is a creation that stands on itself outside of the whole month of thing. And I'm such a Mario fan as well, so I just really love how that came out.
That would of course be the goal with any Iron Builder build, that you'll look at it afterwards and go, even if it wasn't an Iron Builder.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Cecilia.